What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday we actually have a really good fight night card for UFC Mexico, headlined by Moreno versus Steve Erceg. And in this video, I'm gonna go through the main card, giving my prediction and breakdown for every fight on the main card, starting with Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. And in this one, I'm gonna go with Ronaldo Rodriguez. He's got the momentum on his side. He's on a win streak, whereas Kevin Borjas is on a 2-fight losing streak. He didn't really look good against Alexandre Costa, where he got knocked out. And Ronaldo Rodriguez didn't really look that good against Ode Osborne, but I feel like he can't pull this one off. I think he is gonna redeem himself and get a win for his country, and I think he can get it done by a decision. Moving on to David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. In this one, I'm gonna go with David Martinez. He looked really good in the Contender Series in his fight. Like he showed some great striking skills. He had a good pace, and I think in this one he's gonna get it done by TKO in round 2. I feel like Simon Oliveira, he's not really been that active. He's got good grappling, but once you start, defending his takedowns and getting you back up to your feet once he takes you down, it almost seems like he doesn't really know what to do, and he kind of breaks under that pressure. And I think that a guy like David Martinez is going to be able to put that pressure on him and get a stoppage victory. I think he's going to be good enough to defend the takedowns and get back up to his feet and, just let his hands go and get a finish. Moving on to Raul Rosas Jr. versus Vince Morales. And I'm going to go with Raul Rosas Jr. getting this done by submission in the first round. Vince Morales, he hasn't won a fight since December of 2021. He's on a 4 or 5 fight losing streak. It's not looking good for him, and I feel like with one more loss, he is going to get cut by the UFC. And I think that this is a matchup tailor-made for Rosas to shine in Mexico and in front of his home country, and I think he is going to get it done by a first on submission. I think it might be a rear naked choke. Then moving on to Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin Gastelum, and in this one, I'm going to go with Joe Pyfer. I don't think Kelvin Gastelum should be a middleweight. I feel like he's too small. And in this fight, it's like he's really going to look tiny because Joe Pyfer is huge. He's tall and big, and he's just compared to Kelvin Gastelum, he's going to look like an ogre in there. And it's going to be crazy. But Kelvin Gastelum, I don't know what's going on with his weight. Like he just has a perfect frame to be a welterweight, but it seems like he can't just diet down and stay consistent and stay in the welterweight division. And it's a good thing that he went back up because last time around against D-Rod, he pulled some stuff with the weight where he couldn't make 170, and he basically made the fight at 185 while D-Rod was actively cutting to 170 pounds, which was pretty lame. I mean, you could have just said from the get-go, but it is what it is. I think that Kelvin Gastelum is actually going to get knocked out here. I think his Mexican chin is going to get cracked. And I think he is going to drop the ball for Team Mexico here. I mean, this is a card where the Mexicans are supposed to shine. And Kelvin Gastelum, he is Mexican-American, but I think that he is going to be the one on this main card to drop the ball. And I think he is going to drop it real big because I think he is going to get knocked out in the first round here. And then we got Manuel Torres taking on Drew Dober, and I am going to go with Manuel Torres. In this one, he did get flatline KO'd by Ignacio Bajo last time at the Spear, but Ignacio is one of the best strikers in the lightweight division, and I think he is going to prove it shortly. He's just recently entered the rankings, so that loss isn't really that bad in hindsight, but I think Manuel Torres has what it takes to beat Drew Dober. He's very dangerous. He's got great submissions on the ground, and he can finish you on the feet with a variety of different attacks. And I feel like this is going to be the type of fight where he is going to be able to piece up Drew Dober and eventually get a stoppage in round 2. I think he is going to redeem himself from that last fight. And I feel like Drew Dober, he's not really the best fighter. He is a good test because he is durable, but your durability is eventually going to go away, and I feel like it's going to start to go away for Drew Dober. And I feel like Manuel Torres is going to be too dangerous and too hungry for a guy like Drew Dober. Then we got the main event, Moreno taking on Steve Erceg. And I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno, and I think that in this fight, he's going to show.
Great point, Dominic Cruz. So the 9-fight winning streak of Johnny Walker.
And honestly, I don't know why this matchup was made. Steve Erceg, he had a close fight with Pantoja, and I thought he should have won that fight, but he didn't. And then he got knocked out by Kai France in his own hometown. And now he's getting a guy who's ranked even higher than Kai France. It doesn't make sense. It feels like the UFC is trying to ruin him, just like they ruined Dominic Reyes right after he fought John Jones. He had a close fight, which I thought Reyes won, just like Steve Erceg, and then he just ends up getting nightmare matchup after nightmare matchup after nightmare matchup, and he just keeps on getting slept and slept over and over again. And now, I don't think that Steve Erceg is going to get slept here, but I think that he'll definitely get outclassed, and the blueprint to beat him is going to be out there, and I don't see him having that much success after this. I felt like maybe the UFC could have tried to rebuild him, have him go out there and take some favorable matchups, or even some guys that are close to him in the rankings, because I believe like Steve Erceg is ranked like number 10 and Moreno's like number 2. Like, I felt like maybe Steve Erceg could have fought someone like in Alex Perez, or he could have fought that kid that just fought Manel Cap. Who knows? But he's just being rushed. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, yes, the Kai France fight did make sense, but this one just doesn't. Like, he literally got knocked out in the first round by Kai France, a guy who got dominated by Brandon Moreno, and I don't know, this I don't see how Steve Erceg can win this one. I feel like Moreno is a far better striker. He's got an excellent jab, and he's got a longer reach. He's got more weapons on the feet. He's got faster hands. He's got the better cardio, the better chin. He can outbrawl Steve Erceg. I feel like even on the ground, Brandon Moreno has shown that he can hang in there with the best grapplers in the flyweight division, and I don't see Steve Erceg threatening him down there either, and I think Moreno's just going to piece him up and maybe even get a late TKO in this one. And he looked incredible against Amir Albazi. He 50-45'd him and nearly finished him on several occasions. And if you look at both guys, it looks like Amir Albazi was in a car crash, whereas Brandon Moreno looked like he was just getting through like a long workout. So I feel like, yeah, with Steve Erceg, maybe the UFC try to build a star for Australia, because they go to Australia now twice a year, and they need some talent, because Izzy just lost, Volk lost, Whitaker is like nowhere to be seen, at least like in the title picture. Then you have JDM that might be a star, we'll have to see, but he's not in a favorable matchup, so maybe they're hoping that Steve Erceg could be that breakout star, but I don't think that he will be. I felt like the UFC should have, booked him against someone way lower in the rankings, but he is going to get exposed and dominated by Brandon Moreno. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.